Hey guys, welcome back to MaxCast Turn for Unification. Today is the last day, the last video of the group stage of the UGL. We finished the coverage for it in Group F. Group A and E is covered by Mr. Lanchak, and the other four groups I have covered, and this finishes up the last group, Group F. This is the final round. You see in the bracket it is ConnorBread versus Der Gnome. They have not met so far in the group stage, so this is a new matchup, so it's gonna be interesting to say. ConnorBread had some topsy-turvy games on off, and some games very good, some games not so good. Der Gnome also, so this is gonna be interesting. The draft is the follows. You see Der Gnome and ConnorBread. The bands from Der Gnome is Eldar and Tau Empire. Not sure if he has researched ConnorBread, because if he would probably ban not Tau Empire, but okay. ConnorBread has banned Emperor Surgeon and Mechanicus. And the picks are now what's very interesting. ConnorBread has the first pick, and he picks Sisters of Battle. I question this pick because in the last two games or matches against Nomad and also against Varkuts, he has barely won with Sisters of Battle against Varkuts, and he was easily defeated by Nomad with Sisters of Battle. The games he has won and won decisively was Thousand Suns. So he does not pick Thousand Suns, but Der Gnome does pick them. So if I were ConnorBread, I would have picked the Thousand Suns, because these are the faction I have won with very easily and very good. But okay, he picks Sisters of Battle, Dark Angels and Space Marines, and Der Gnome picks Thousand Suns, Imperial Guard and Orcs. I favor the picks of Gnome here, I have to say. Yeah, the first map is as the usual Tranquility's End, and we will see what factions will be used on that map. And here we are on Tranquility's End. On the southern side playing Sisters of Battle, it is ConnorBread. And on the northern side playing Thousand Suns, it is Der Gnome. Der Gnome opens up with very standard 3 Thrall Wizards into Sorcerer Lord, Gen and Warp Gate, so goes for Rubric Marines. And ConnorBread opens again for Seraphims, as he did in the last game, but this was against Steel Legion. He opens, yeah, pretty much the same. Goes for Novitiates and then a Missionary. The Novitiates cost you a bit more than the Missionary, so this is for this open or not advised, because you need all the requisition in the world for your Seraphims. We have seen this very matchup in a cast I did. It was Number versus Klempe, and this was a very topsy-turvy game. So let's see how this game turns out. Does he delete it? Yes, so he does the optimized opener. Now these guys need to move over here. The capping order is good for Thousand Suns. Warp Gate almost finishing, halfway down to the Sorcerer, and I think you should have enough resources to start your, yes, the first Rubric Marines immediately. So this is how the build goes over here, and let's just hope he does not cap with these ladies. And he does not. Very nice. They have 2 jumps, so you can use 1 jump actually to jump over this thing here. And if you want to be aggressive on this map, you normally hit this point or this point depending on your position, because this is, if you look at it from the overhead, this is much closer to the base than this. So if you want to be aggressive, you go for this side and not for this side. This time he got lucky. He needs to decap it, decap it, decap it, decap it, because they can still start the building animation. He was lucky that he does not. What specialization do we have? We have very good specialization against Seraphims is the Warlock. Normally I would say with Rubric Marines you go for Summoner, as you can then summon a front line for your Rubric Marines for the ranged firepower. We now have 2 Seraphims. They come in and kill another builder. You don't really need both squads for this. You could have tried to find the other one with the second Seraphim. Not sure you want to fight Rubric Marines, but you can, however, try to shoot down the Silver Spire over here. These Rubric Marines are too slow to keep up with you. To finish this thought, the Warlock is very good if you go for Screamers, because the Screamers are a melee unit. Please stay here and kill this listening post. What else you're gonna do with these? And using them both together also maybe not the best usage of them. Now the Novitiates come in as well. They should really cap like the critical location and stuff. There's the Novitiates, I don't think you would. Do you win this? There's even now a Demon Gate, so this is a very weird game for their Gnome here. He now uses this to tie down one Seraphim Squad, which I said is very good. He can now shoot it, can chuck it in melee. One model will die, the one that is shackled with it, but yeah, the goal for you, Mr. ConnorBread, would be to deny the other outside point and then jump in left and right to deny those outside points. If you deny those points or even cap those points, you are very much ahead in terms of economy. Where is your missionary? He still stands here. You would have wanted to rally him to a critical location, and so the Novitiates should also. Now here kills the point probably just in time. But just to put it out there, this build order from their Gnome is absolutely not good. You do not want to build both the production buildings, as they are way too expensive. Now you need to decap this point. Come on, do it for me. Decap this point and then head out of here. You do not want to fight this Sorcerer Lord, although he gets quite a lot of damage done here. And now get out of here. And yeah, the missionary is still misclicked. He should cap over here. The Novitiates do the right job just standing here. Is he now getting tier 2? So this is absolutely madness of a game. Economy wise, you see it backfires really hard because you still do not have these outside points. Move back and then get your Seraphims in position. Heavy bolter turret is now finished. You can actually, if you have, yeah, they are fully reinforced. You can shoot down these Rubik Marines, I think. Just standing here, kill them. Need to micro, however, those against the Sorcerer Lord. You do not want to be in melee against the Sorcerer Lord. By all means, please. Losing way too much models here. This micro is horrible. He's just standing here, getting in melee against the Sorcerer Lord. This is horrible. You need to. You can even shift click them around the Sorcerer Lord, so they will not fire. But if he continues, come on, please. Whew. You can try to kill the Sorcerer Lord here. Again, micro. Getting into melee with the Sorcerer Lord is very much unpleasant. Tier 2 for him is halfway done. Tier 2 is done for their Gnome, but losing his Sorcerer Lord is quite a big blow. Do not think you still want to fight those guys. You also do not want to go into melee because the Aspiring Sorcerer is just so good. But yeah, if you right click on them now, he has gotten this position, so it would probably be better to avoid this fight and go for this undefended Silver Spire, as these guys will never ever be there in time, and you can then kill the LP. Would be more beneficial than killing those. To be honest, the missionary actually going into melee and the Sorcerer Lord, the Aspiring Sorcerer, just kills him. These are still Novitiates. Novitiates, as I said, would be very good at capping one of the criticals, in my opinion. Yeah, but these Rubiks get killed. What is the plan for the Gnome here? The Heavy Bolter Turret does a fair chunk of damage, so you do not want to tank with this, but there's like nothing going on because he has like no economy. Economy for Mr. ConnorBread is a lot better. Uses the Angelic Visage, doing morale immunity, I think, and quite a lot of damage. Boost to squads around, and they will kill these Rubik Marines. You want to have some Celestians on the field, I think, and he does so. One Celestian, and then the improved field logistics, getting for the Holy Reliquary for the old man. So this build order he did before does more or less work again, I think. There's nothing worth tier 2, I think, on the way. Or is there? The Chosen. Okay, the Chosen are melee and can be kited. He still has quite the economy advantage. If he kills this Silver Spy here and gets it decapped, he can just, I don't know, go tier 3 if he wants, or just build a whole chunk of Celestians, really, and just A-move, I think, because Celestians are just so good. There are now the Chosen out, but as I said, if you get more and more Celestians, these ladies can hold their own in melee as well. Now has the Veteran Superior for these Novitiates, so he wants to, and somewhat this is I think the slow ability from the Chosen, but you can still jump out of it. Yes, you do. You at some point want to rebuild your Prismatine Sanctuary to get the Inferno Pistols and the armor upgrade. This is again not the best micro against these Chosen. Yeah, you really want to have the armor upgrade and as well as the Inferno Pistols. So at some point you want to rebuild those. You can also and should also upgrade your listing posts. You have a surplus of power and a lack in requisition. So the logical way in dealing with this would be upgrading 1 or 2 listing posts. The outside post, for example, could be really good. And you also want to have your faith upgrades because the Confessor wants to use his big boom ability. But yeah, in camp Mr. Gnome, der Gnome does not happen anything really. He still has only his 1 squad of Rubik Marines and he's Chosen, and this is a whole bunch of angry Battle Sisters now getting also the Confessor buff if he would move a tad closer. Rebuilding his Missionary is good to get the critical locations. They are worth also economy, 6 economy each. He can also decap and could go for adding them to the Celestian squad for lay in hands, I think it's called, which can heal them. Again, the slow is used, but these ladies do not care. They really do not care. They glow a bit. I think this is the Forgotten Memories or what it's called that randomly activates and makes them stronger for a bit. The Confessor has his flamer here, but he's focusing the auto-focusing the Demon Gate, which is of course not very good. But yeah, this game is over. He just reinforces everything. As I said, upgrading 1 or 2 listing posts now would be very much needed. Just go outside of the range of the Savvy Bolter Turret and kill everything you see. You really want the Magifier Holy Reliquary here. Did he delete his Holy Reliquary? Okay, to get some money back, I think. But yeah, not the best move. You want to have the Holy Reliquary for some hero upgrades as well. You can get the Emperor's Wrath, I think, ability on the Confessor. So he cripples himself without need. Again, upgrading 2 listing posts would have helped him quite a lot. He gets a lot of... he goes now for the Escalate upgrade. Another Celestian squad now hits the field. Does he have the multi-melters? Yes, he does what I had said in the last cast. Multi-melters is really nice because they deal also still okay-ish infantry damage, and yeah, so you have an anti more or less everything weapon. Still is best used against vehicles and buildings, but can also deal okay damage against buildings. In this instance is the thing you want to kill. Just yeah, avoid these heavy bolter turrets. This is the right move. But again, you want to rebuild your pristine sanctuary for this very needed upgrades for your infantry. You have quite a big infantry blob, so they would benefit quite a lot from the upgrades. Sorcerer Lord comes back, but yeah, it's not long from this world. Does use is slow, but you will see him die very quickly here. Will kill 1, 2, 3 Seraphims, maybe 4, but yeah, this is GG. The Gnome says GG. So the first game goes to ConnorBread. Interesting, and I was questioning his Sisters of Battle choice here, but in this matchup, 1000 Suns versus Sisters of Battle, I normally would say the 1000 Suns have the edge, just because they have so good Rubric Marines, but Rubric Marines against Seraphim mobility, if used correctly, is probably not the best, as you see here. So very well played by ConnorBread. And yeah, so it's 1-0 lead for ConnorBread. Let's see what map I say Warkoots, der Gnome chooses for our second match. And here we are on Deadly Fun Archeology, where we have the left side playing Dark Angels, it is ConnorBread. And on the right side, playing Imperial Guard, it is der Gnome. Build order for der Gnome is probably the standard. Yeah, 2 builders into 2 guardsmen. infantry command and generator. Opener for ConnorBread is Assault Marines. Not sure if Assault Marines is the right call against Imperial Guard, because they can just jump into buildings and shoot all the way out. You can, however, get very aggressive in harassing their capping possibilities. Very micro-intensive in that build order. I showed him this build order in one of our guides, in one of our coaching sessions, so very in detail. Gave him some in detail stuff, what to do in what order. So the first thing would be just one Assault Marine, which then later gets 2 Assault Marines. Dark Gnome has a bolter turret again. For the most part, I haven't seen very good bolter turret placements, because this is again is out in the open. Want to have it here so it can defend this and this point. Here you can. It does not even reach this point, I think, the relic. This cannot be reached in the middle, but you can put it over here. Over here, this position is just bad. Assault Marines now jumping over, scouts going for the middle, which is probably the right call. These scouts then should go to this point and then to relic. These scouts should maybe then look at a critical location. He should focus the builder on the turret. He does focus the builder on the listing post, so at least focuses one builder, and now needs to go out of here. The heavy bolter turret will kill these Assault Marines very quickly. So yes, he moves out here. The command squad is also here. He should have probably jumped to the bottom to stay aggressive. You do not want to jump back and then just move in the open arms of this command squad, so this is bad. Command squad gladly goes in melee with those Assault Marines. And the Assault Marines having used all their jumping juice. As I said, a jump to the south would have helped him quite a lot. He could have decapped this point and harassed the guardsmen a bit. And he does not go for this point, which is a bit sad. These guys now move to this point, I hope. And a builder should be on the way to this point momentarily. But Imperial Guard has secured this point and this point, which is the weakest. And even has a heavy bolter turret that seemingly guards this point. Now safely can get their relic building all the listing posts. So this is, apart from the map specific point, and this point over here is very good for Imperial Guard. If I would play Imperial Guard, I would like my position. These Assault Marines, I do not care so much, as my buildings are very defendable. My listing posts, I do not need to upgrade my listing posts. I can just put in a builder or a unit and it will also shoot a bit. So yeah, as I said, Assault Marines against Imperial Guard, probably not the right call. But he does the build order correctly, adding now the second Assault Marine squad. Needs to reinforce these guys a bit, because they will otherwise die here very quickly. Uses his scouts in tango, which I like. Would, as I said, need to reinforce it a bit. Get a generator soonish with this guy. You need to get a generator so you can get the grenades and or stubborn upgrade. You have enough for the stubborn upgrade, which I would really like to see, because he's taking a lot of damage with those guys. This thing I would upgrade if I were Dark Gnome. He has the resources, adding now a commissar and adding now another guardsman squad. Did he lose one? No, he just adds a third guardsman squad, so 2 squads with commissars. So he senses the chance to maybe push the middle here, and the top point maybe. So with 3 squads and only 2 Assault Marines squads, I think he has the right idea to just overpower, just stand here and shoot them down. The command squad wreaking havoc in the front line, and there is only a front line for the Dark Angels, and they lose a complete squad. This squad will probably also die if it doesn't jump out, and oh, close. 40 HP on this squad, so this barely misses. These scouts moved a bit too close and will probably die. Yeah, they will die. So now that there are no upgraded listing posts, these guys did not run away fast enough, will eat another round of shots from this Rolex from the command squad here. So, and he's now basically free to kill all the listing posts, because there's only okay, was about to say 2 models, only 1 model of Assault Marine. So this is really dire for ConnorBread. Overstate is welcome in the middle, and I think, yes, I said a build order mistake assault marines, and it's not even a really assault marine map in the sense, because assault marines and jump squads are really good on maps which have a lot of terrain obstacles, and the biggest terrain obstacle over here is from here to here. Other than that, there is no real obstacles where you cannot just quickly walk around. So what does he add now? Rebuilding the assault marines is not the right call. You saw them die. Adding the company master is, however, the right call. Yeah, but this is really dire. This point can now be decapped. These assault marines, if they move in, they will just die again. One assault marine squad against three guardsmen squad is nothing you can really win. The tech marine would need to go into melee as well, but you still have the command squad, which can deal absurd amount of damage against these against any infantry. I was thinking against these assault marines, but they're basically against any infantry squad in melee, even command squads. They do quite a lot of damage in melee, is what I want to say here. Also big disruption, so this is over. He even captured this point, I think. So now he can just go to the next point. Is this the Fallen logo? Could be, but these decal is Blood Angels, right? Blood Ravens? I'm not sure. But yeah, this company master will just get minced by this command squad. This command squad will win all melee fights against other commanders in tier 1. And yeah, this is over. If I haven't said it already, there's a lot of resources. Tier 2 is almost finished. He can send a tech priest over here to build a listening post over here, and maybe even a turret. So if the gnome has now two options: either go into base, camp the production, or go to the economy. Both very valid. If the enemy does not have any economy, he cannot rebuild. If you camp the production, everything that is built will immediately die. So choose how you want to win, basically. Assault marines again going into melee against 3 squads of guardsmen and command squad. So these will die even faster now. Now having also to execute. So this is over. ConnorBread can start to think what to go next. Tactical control and air command. Very nice follow-up. Tactical control a little late. Normally you want to have it finished as tier 2 is finished. Now he can go for the satellite stuff, he can go for the armor, he can go for everything. He has enough power as well, so that when the air command is finished, he can start a Valkyrie assault carrier. Now also has the priest add-on, so everything in tier 2 that he really wants to get, he can. Command squad just getting one of the zap abilities and then go into melee again and just kill him. There you go. Second company master died. And yeah, what is he going for now? Intraceable, so he's tier 2 as well. Funny enough. But yeah, there's now heavy stubbers being added. And all squads, the sergeant also probably some upgrades as well. At least I hoped. Getting now mechanized command and air command, so he doesn't really know what to go for. But yeah, it doesn't matter. The command squad is killing the generators, which they do best. And yeah, there's nothing ConnorBread can do. There's the chaplain out, but look at the damage. Use demoralizing shout, but this can be immediately negated by executability. So there's no way he can go back here. There's the GG's called. So it is now 1-1. The last deciding map will be chosen by ConnorBread, and the last remaining factions is Orcs against Space Marines. So very, very old school matchup. Orcs against Space Marines is something that if you have like followed Soulstorm a bit, is like one of the classics. Big Mac against Force Commander is something that is really nice to see. Really nice battles. Let's see what map it will be played on. And here we are on the last map of the series, Fata Morga. On the northern side playing Orcs, it is their gnome. On the southern side playing Space Marines, of course, Jesus Christ. It is ConnorBread. ConnorBread opens with 2 scouts into barracks. Let's see if it will be genless or not. Orcs opened with 2 Gretchens, however, and 2 Slugger Boys. This is a very weird opener in itself. Very fast building, but probably does those guys again go for their Big Mac first? Please don't. Get a shooter and then a Big Mac. Come on. Come on, guys. This is unoptimal. It just hurts me to see this. You have... Get a shooter. These guys do not kept this. They kept this and then this. These guys kept this and this. And the shooter will come out and capture this point. You get 2 Slugger Boys and then the Gretchen squad. It's a genderless opener, so it's Space Marine spam. So ConnorBread does the right thing. You see, the capper goes for the outside and the first fighting squad from the barracks can get the nearby point. So you have capping efficiency, you see? This is how you do it. Let's see if the capping efficiency will help him in the long run. There's still some micro to be done. But yeah, exactly, best build or best capping order done here. He could have moved the Servitor in a little earlier, I think. Has now spare resources, so he should build both things at the same time. Come on, yes. And once these are finished, you can add a second tactical marine squad. And then a third even, so you have enough firepower against the orcs. You can go Space Marine spam. Shooters now being built is too late. The Big Mac, you see, the Big Mac does what now? He just walks in between the listening posts and does nothing. So this is wasted time. The shooters could have kept this, and so this would already be built and this would be already be captured. This is economy wise not the best. Moving out these tactical marines on their own is not very good. You want to wait for the force commander. This is the whole point why you have them cap a point, because they on their own, well, see for yourself. One marine down, second marine down. So there's 2 marines down before the force commander is even in the vicinity, and you need to reinforce those or these guys will not do anything. But now the force commander get overwhelmed by the Big Mac. We saw one game where the force commander actually won against the Big Mac, but this is the Big Mac has superior support here, so this engagement yeah, very poorly executed on ConnorBread's side. The build order was nice, but yeah, moving just through the middle in the open arms of the Big Mac and all this. And now even going into melee against the shooter boys is... Oh, force commander goes for a swim. I'm not sure if this armor is meant for swimming. Goes into the bed here. He still has now, for some reason, the upper hand. Not sure. Okay, the Big Mac got quite a lot of damage in the meantime. This is also not good for the Gnome going into melee while the shooter boys are not here. I mean, yeah, the Big Mac is unopposed here. There's a lot of Space Marines, but he kills Space Marines for days in melee. There's a second shooter, so I like this to double down on the shooters, because you have no force commander that can tie down these shooters. You want to have the Slugger Boys be reinforced a bit so that the damage is not taken by the Big Mac the whole time. You see now some micro around against these scouts. You have now 2 shooter squads, so these scouts will die. More tactical marines die. And yeah, this looks really bad. There are even more Space Marines coming in. But the scouts fighting is probably not the best. They should have kept the critical locations on the sides and not fighting here. I mean, one could have fight here, but not both scouts, so he has no capping units anymore. And yeah, these will go down, I think. Almost. You see the pile of guns is finished, so yeah, we see now even big shooters, and this is just disastrous for ConnorBread. Just absolutely disaster. Big Mac chucks down another Space Marine over here. He's still alive. He regenerates really quickly as well. He has this regeneration trait he carries over to the squad he leads. So that's something. The Space Marines going into melee. These Slugger Boys will kill them in melee. You can even now maybe detach the Big Mac over here and attach him to a Shooter Boy squad if you want to, because the sidearm is really powerful as well. More and more Marines dying. They go in the meat grinder and their numbers are dwindling. The Force Commander could now try to kill the Big Mac, but the Big Mac could also be rebuilt if needed. Yeah, the micro of the Slugger Boy, Shooter Boys a little lacking. I think one squad of Shooter Boys is in melee here. big disruption from the force commander, but he's alone. Alone amongst a lot of greenskins. Jesus. He tries to use his power thought, but don't get me wrong, I don't think this will be much away. He will, however, kill now this Big Mac, I think. Yeah. There you go. Big Mac down. There are still a lot of greenskins over here that can just shoot him down. He has now even Storm Boy's economy will probably, hopefully, be used to rebuild the Big Mac. And yes, you need a Big Mac. You cannot fight without a Big Mac. And you can now have heavy boy armor and 2 shooter boy squads with all 3 big shooters. Storm Boy. You can just push through the middle to the side. There are not even one upgraded listening post because it was all genless. You have to point to the left. I need to activate these slugger boys to the middle, for example. Yeah, and these are big shooters. Tactical Marines have no business in fighting big shooters. Even Storm Boys. I think he could also go in this specific game. He could have gone for shooter mass, acting like a third squad of shooters with big shooters and just shoot everything that comes down. But it's hard to judge what the enemy tech level is, because if the enemy goes closer to tier 2 and some Devastator, Storm Boys is what you want to have. And the Storm Boys get forgotten a little bit. Move away. Come on, move away. You do not want to be here. This is a bit sad. Why are you moving in again? This is a little sad. These poor shooter boys, all they wanted to do is help, but their friends were busy, I don't know, looking at their big shooters and laughing, not sure. But yeah, Big Mac is now on the horizon coming in. He has now 45 population, so he can go for the custom gadgets. And for another Storm Boys. More Dakar research is wrong. You want the Blast Gear research and more Dakar. Another Storm Boy squad is added. As I said, you probably do not need Storm Boys. You could also add another Shooter Boy. The next Warbanner will bring him to tier 2. Is tier 2 going for... No, it is not. Not even close. And there's only like, what, 2 Space Marine squads? And nothing to defend here really. And yeah, this looks like a win for that gnome. So I will call it early because this is, there's no way back. Is there a force commander be added? Yeah, but still, the listening posts will fall now one by one. So much shooting. He's tier 2 now. What does he add? Scratching. Yeah, there's GG's called. More chopper research. And this is GG. So build order wise, better execution from ConnorBread. Fighting execution in the middle, way better by their gnome. ConnorBread moved in with his first squad of tactical marines, basically forgot about him, I think. And yeah, they got killed really fast. Force commander then more or less alone against a lot of orcs. Didn't work out. If you go for tactical marine mass, you want to probably wait at least for your force commander to be in this vicinity of the first tactical marine squad. Then as soon as you have your second tactical marine squad started, you overwatch reinforcement of the first squad. Then as soon as your squad comes out, also overwatch them, so you have a whole bunch of marines that can fight and be tanky and deal damage. And then later on add even a third squad of tactical marines and just keep on the pressure. If they go in like one by one, as you saw here, this is not good. Not good in any fight really to go in one by one. Yeah, so congratulations for their gnome. He will advance in the tournament. ConnorBread is sadly now eliminated, so this is the result of this final group stage. Yeah, and in the next video we go over the playoffs, but I need to, as of recording this video, talk with Mr. Lenchak how we will approach the coverage there. It will be probably also be split again in some way, but yeah, I will tell you in the next video of the playoffs. As usual guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.